Question number 31. If 500,000 pesos is invested at 8% interest compounded quarterly, so how many years will it take for this amount to accumulate to 900,000 pesos? So letter A, 29.68 years, B, 14.84 years, C, 7.42 years, and D, 4.72 years. So for this problem, ang hanapin natin ay yung exponent na n, wherein sa problem natin may given tayo na present or the principal amount and also the accumulated or the future value. So yung formula na gagamitin natin is equal to F equal to P times 1 plus I raised to N. So mayroon tayong accumulated value na 900,000 pesos is equal to 500,000 pesos na principal amount multiply sa 1 plus, so meron tayong given na interest rate na 8% compounded quarterly, kaya 0.08 over 4. Then yung exponent natin, i-multiply natin sa quarterly na 4. So 4n. So using calculator, shift solve, makukuha natin na n is equal to 7.42 years. Or letter C. So for question number 32, so Charlie wishes to give his youngest son 200,000 pesos 10 years from now. What amount should he invest now if it will earn interest of 6% compounded annually during the first 5 years and 8% compounded quarterly during the next 5 years? So letter A, 200,000, letter B, 100,576.67, C, 134,594.27, and D, 121,564.99. So, gagamitin ulit nating formula. P is equal to F times 1 plus I raised to negative N. So, kukunin natin ano ba yung amount na ininvest para makakuha yung son ng 200,000 pesos 10 years from now. So, kukunin muna natin yung present value or P2 is equal to 200,000 pesos. Ito yung ating future value. Multiply sa 1 plus 0.06 over 1 times raised to negative 1 times 5 since 5 years. Then, makukuha nating P2 is 149,451.63. Tapos, ito naman, ito yung value ng future for determining P1. Then, makukuha natin P1 is equal to 100,576.67 or letter B. Question number 33. So, find the nominal rate compounded monthly which is equivalent to 16% compounded quarterly. Then, what is the corresponding effective rate? So, kapag nakuha tayo ng nominal rate, then merong i-equate natin yung dalawang compounding. So, the compounded monthly to compounded quarterly using the effective rate of interest formula or yung ERI. So, ano ba yung formula natin ng ERI? Equal siya sa 1 plus R over M raised to M minus 1. So, kukunin natin ay yung nominal rate ng compounded monthly. So, 1 plus R over 12 raised to 12. So, 12 since compounded monthly minus 1. I-equate natin, equivalent to siya sa 16% compounded quarterly. So, 1 plus 0.12 over 4 raised to 4 minus 1. Then, pwede natin i-cancel yung minus 1. Then, makukuha natin nominal rate is equal to 15.79% compounded monthly. Then, paano naman i-determine yung kanyang effective rate of interest? So, ERI is equal to 1 plus. So, itong gagamitin natin. 0.1579 over 12 raised to 12 minus 1 is equal to 16.98%. So, yung answer natin for this question is letter C. Then, question number 34. What payment X 10 years from now is equivalent to a payment of 500,000 7 years from now if interest rate is 12% compounded semi-annually? So, for this question, equal yung ating present value. So, ang gagawin natin, i-equate natin yung ito, F multiply sa 1 plus R over M raised to negative Mn dun sa yung 10 years from now na hinahanap, then yung sa 7 years. Yan. So, ibig sabihin yung payment X, ito, is equal to, multiply sa 1 plus 0.12 over 2, since siya ay 12% compounded semi-annually, raised to negative 2 times 10 is equal to 500,000, multiply sa 1 plus 0.12 over 2 raised to negative 2 times 7 years. Then, makukuha natin na value ng X is equal to 709,259.56. So, answer natin is letter B. Question number 35. Compare the accumulated values at the end of 5 years if 100,000 pesos is invested at the rate of 12% per year, compounded annually, semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, daily, and continuously. So, which gives the highest return interest? So, sa ating problem, madami yung ating need na kuning accumulated values. Pero since ito yung ating mga choices, dito lang tayo mag-base sa annually, continuously, daily, and monthly. So kapag may continuously, yan na lagi yung answer. Yan yung makakapagbigay lagi ng highest return interest. Pero kapag walang continuously, ang sunod dyan ay daily. Pero kapag walang daily, monthly na yung may highest return interest. Pero try din natin yung kanyang solution. So yan, kukunin mo muna yung accumulated value for compounded annually. So 100,000 multiplied sa 1 plus 0.12 raised to 5. Ang value niya is 176,234.17. So meaning yung kanyang interest ay 76,234.17. Therefore, then for monthly, ito yun, 181,669.67. So, meron naman siyang 81,669.67 na interest. Then, for daily, yung accumulated value niya is 182,193.91. Yung kanyang interest is 82,193.91. Then, for continuously, ang formula natin is F is equal to P multiply sa E raised to Rn. The nominal multiply sa number of years or number of periods. So, yung kanyang accumulated value, 222,554, na meron siyang 122,554.09 na interest. So, ibig sabihin siya yung may highest return interest. Kaya ang sagot natin is compounded continuously. So, always ito kapag meron tayong choices na continuously. Then for question number 36, a loan of 5,000 pesos is made for a period of 15 months at a simple rate of interest of 15%. So what future amount is due at the end of the loan period? So letter A, 5,937.50, B, 5,873.20, C, 5,712.40, and D, 5,690.12. So, yung formula na gagamitin natin, F is equal to P multiply sa 1 plus IN. So, meron tayong principal value na 5,000 or the present worth multiply sa 1 plus 0.15. So, sabi ay 15 months. So, 15 months over 12 months since meron tayong 12 months per year. Then, makukuha natin na future or accumulated value equal to 5,937.5 or letter A. For question number 37, an amount of 1,000 pesos become 1,608.44 after 4 years compounded bi-monthly. So, find the nominal interest. So, pag sinabi natin bi-monthly, every 2 months. So, kaya ang ating magiging compounding ay equal sa 6. So, choices natin, 11.89%, 12%, 12.08%, and 12.32%. So, substitute lang natin dun sa ating formula na F is equal to P times 1 plus I raised to N. 1608.44 is equal to 1,000. Multiply sa 1 plus I, yung ating hinahanap, over 6 since compounded by monthly, raised to 6 times 4 years. So, kapag nag-shift solve kayo, lalabas dyan I can't solve. Kasi pangkaraniwan na ang ginagamit natin ay by monthly. Kaya ang gagawin nyo ay trial and error method. Isa-substitute nyo yung mga value na to. Then, para makuha nyo yung future value. So, kapag nag-substitute kayo ng 12%, lalabas na ang F niya is 1,608.44. So, trial and error method. So, letter B. For question number 38, how long will it take money to double itself if invested at 5% compounded annually? Letter A, 13.7 years, B, 14.7 years, C, 14.2 years, and D, 15.3 years. So, same formula pa din, F is equal to P, 1 plus I raised to N. So, meron akong 2 pesos is equal to 1 peso since madodoble daw yung amount niya. Times 1 plus 0.05 raised to N. Shows, shift solve lang natin. Then, N is equal to 14.2 years. So, letter C. Question number 39. Which of these gives the lowest effective rate of interest? Letter A, 12.35% compounded annually. Letter B, 11.90% compounded annually. Letter C, 12.20% compounded annually. And D, 11.6% compounded annually. So kapag same naman yung kanyang compounding, i-check nyo na lang yung lowest na interest or percentage. Kasi kapag ginamit mo yung effective rate of interest, ito din naman yung lalabas na pinaka-lowest effective rate of interest. Pero kapag magkakaiba yung ating compounding, so kailangan yung i-solve isa-isa using the formula ARI is equal to 1 plus R over M raised to M minus 1. So kapag tinatanong is lowest, ibig sabihin yung pinaka-maliit. Then kapag highest effective rate of interest, di yun namang pinaka-mataas. So, yung question, answer natin for question number 39 is letter D, 11.6% compounded annually. Then, question number 40, what rate of interest compounded annually is the same as the rate of interest of 8% compounded quarterly? So, letter A, 8.07%, B, 8.12%, C, 8.16%, and D, 8.24%. So, ang formula lang natin, ERI is equal to 1 plus R over M raised to M minus 1. So, i-equate lang natin ano daw yung nominal rate of interest compounded annually na equal siya sa 8% compounded quarterly. So, 1 plus R over 1, nilagay ko lang, raised to 1 minus 1, is equal to 1 plus 0.08 over 4 raised to 4 minus 1. So, cancel lang natin yung minus 1. Then, equate natin sa calculator, shift solve, then lalabas na ang kanyang nominal rate is 8.24% compounded annually, or letter D. Then, question number 41, a loan for 50,000 pesos is to be paid in 3 years at the amount of 65,000 pesos. So, what is the rate of money? Letter A, 9.01, B, 9.14, C, 9.31, and D, 9.41. So, yun pa din yung formula natin. P times 1 plus I raised to N. Then, substitute lang. 65,000 is equal to 50,000 times 1 plus I raised to 3. Then, shift solve, lalabas na 9.14% yung ating rate of interest. Or letter B. Question number 42. So, what is the effective rate corresponding to 18% compounded daily? So, take 1 year is equal to 360. So, since meron tayong given na ang isang year daw is 360, ito yung gagamitin natin. Pero kapag wala tayong given, 365 yung gamitin nyo. Letter A, 19.61, B, 19.44, C, 19.31, and D, 19.72. So, yung solution, ito yung ating formula, ERI is equal to 1 plus R over M raised to M minus 1. Then, yan, i-substitute lang natin. 0.18 over 360 raised to 360 minus 1. Then, effective rate of interest is equal to 19.72%, or letter D. Question number 43. At a certain interest rate compounded annually, 100,000 pesos will become 450,000 pesos in 15 years. So, what is the amount at the end of 10 years? So, ito naman ay nasolve na natin doon sa mga previous na question. Nadoble lang ito, pero yung sagot natin ng accumulated value at the end of 10 years is 272,638.68 or letter A. For question number 44, a man bought a car installment basis. If he pays 10,000 per month at a rate of 5% compounded monthly for 3 years, then find the present worth for the car. So magkano yung mismong cash price ng car? A, 387,533.36, B, 354,622.36, C, 333,657.01, and D, 389,321.56. So ito ay comma. So yung formula natin, ordinary annuity, present worth, P is equal to A, 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative N over I. So kapag present worth, negative yung ating N. Yung meron tayong annuity na 10,000, then multiply sa 1 minus 1 plus 0.05 over 12 since compounded monthly, minus 12 times 3 over 0.05 over 12. Then P is equal to 333,657.01. So ito yung present value or cash price ng car. So letter C. Question number 45. A future amount of $150,000 is to be accumulated through the annual payment over 20 years. So the latest payment occurs simultaneously with the future amount at the end of 20. If the interest rate is 9% per year, then what is the annual payment? So ang kukunin natin ay yung A or the annuity. So since at the end, ang gagamitin natin is the ordinary annuity. May given tayo na future amount. Letter A, $2,931.97. B, $26,764.63. C, $16,431.97. And D, $4,325.88. So yung formula natin ng ordinary annuity, future worth or accumulated value is equal to A, multiply sa 1 plus I raised to N, positive naman yung ating exponent na N, minus 1 over I. So substitute lang natin, meron tayong accumulated value na $150,000 is equal to A times 1 plus 0.09 raised to positive 20 minus 1 over 0.09. Then lalabas ng ating annual payment is $2,931.97. So answer natin is letter A for question number 45.